morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Tuesday, November 1st. Welcome to November. Okay, so we had really an inside day. The markets really didn't move too much. It gyrated very little. Small little overhang from the Hillary Clinton FBI probe. They're opening up their email, opening up the case again, but really nothing too much. The only thing that really happened was crude oil. That was the spotlight of the day. Rolled over pretty hard. We mentioned that. We talked about the commitment to trader report saying that the crude oil, the producers, the smart money, were the heaviest short in 2016. That's 3 weeks back to back of extreme short. So that when you're looking at that at a big move up, that's when you have to be careful, because they're basically hedging their oil that they take out of the ground. So if they're doing that, then more than likely you have to realize if they're smart money, then you should be following along. Not a timing tool, but just something to look at. Now, crude oil is getting interesting at these certain levels, but we'll go over it in the charts. Most importantly, I'd like to see which way we're headed. Now, we're getting close to where I think we might get a little bit of a bounce, maybe for a day or two. Here's the VIX. Now, the VIX is inversely correlated, as many of you know. When we get a higher VIX, we get a lower equity market. So we bounced off of this very reliable 12.5, 1270 area here, which has been pretty much the line in the sand for the VIX. And you can see we hit it right to the penny. We bounced out. Now, we didn't close outside the Bollinger Band. So if we closed outside the band, and then today, for instance, for example, we closed in the band, that's a buy signal for the market, a sell signal for the VIX. That has not done so yet. We're still waiting to see which way this market's going to head. Now, we could touch the top of this band and still roll over and rally today in equity. So I think we're very close to a 1 or 2 day move in equities. And the spiders mentioned that 212.50. It's been holding true. Still from yesterday, did not break. So would not surprise me if we get a little bit of a rally today, tomorrow. Now, next week is the election, so we could even just chop around and just gradually grind higher going into the election itself. So it's just something that we want to pay attention to. Okay, let's take a look at the dollar. Very important. The almighty U.S. buck has been rallying. Excuse me, and we're at the end of resistance of this big bull flag, and this cannot go unnoticed, guys, especially if you're trading commodities. Here's the flagpole, okay, and here's your flag. We're at the end of it now, okay? So 3 weeks we could not break out of this. This is a weekly chart. So if we did break out this week, we need another week. I like to have 2 weekly closes above any resistance and moving average, whether it be support or resistance, that would confirm the breakout, and then a move higher. Now, let's take a look at the daily chart, and you can see that clearly that we did not take that out. We're stuck here at the 2560 area. Once we break at 2560, these are your two upside targets, and I think that the DX, which is the dollar future, would probably tag 100. Now, you could see here that we have a real nice bull flag. Okay, this is real nice with the flagpole. I think we can easily test these two guys here, these two targets, if and when the market has a risk-off type of environment, which I think that's coming. It's probably in the cards. Here's that crude oil we looked at. You guys seen this before many times. You've seen when we were up at these areas and we did not break out. And I said you have your 38 and 50% retracement. I think the next logical target will be somewhere around the 46 area, and we could probably get there this morning. Keep an eye on this area here, because we have some very good consolidation. A lot of supply and demand in this area, where I think that we can actually propel the market higher yet again, and at least challenge the 50 area. I think there's a lot of supply out there, and I do think that these talks that there's Saudi Arabia for the OPEC meeting and the non-OPEC members trying to cut production, I just don't think it's going to happen. And if they do, it's a freeze. They would just probably freeze production, which is nothing like a cut. So I think oil, you're probably looking at its peak, 50-55 in oil. I don't see it going any higher for a very long time. But it's a good trading vehicle. So if you wanted to see, if you want to pick up maybe oil down here at 40 with a tight stop, if it were to get down there, or even a 61.8% retracement, it's a good logical spot here at $44. Looking for higher prices in crude, sure. it's something that you could consider. But remember, commitment to trade reports, you want to take a look at that every Friday. A COT report, you can even Google that, and excuse me, they'll give you if they reduce their shorts, and that's going to be really key on Friday to see what crude oil has come out with. Okay. Next is going to be gold, and same with gold. We're just kind of riding along that 200-day moving average. Now, gold is up nicely. It's up about 11 handles in the pre-market, but I do think that you get one more big push lower in gold, and you can see here we just have a real nice bear flag. So I would not rule out one big push lower into the 1220 area here. Okay, that's gold. I don't think I'd be a real good buyer at these areas. GLD, we're looking at our first target. It's going to be 116 and 118 here in this highlighted area, and target 2 is going to be 61.8% retracement at 112.24 if it were to get that nasty. Okay, I don't think it's going to get that. I really don't think so. We had a nice little move. There's a high demand, and also I think gold is in a second stage bull market. We've talked about that before. GDX, same thing here. You can see that nice bear flag. Logical spot will be that 50, but the real spot here is that 1988, $20. The 61.8% retracement in GDX. Next is going to be the spiders. We'll get right into the indexes, and you can see that our bearish rising wedge did finally break. We had 2 daily closes below it, so that has triggered. We'll see how far it gets, but our first target's going to be 210.50. If we lose the 210.50, then rest assured you'll probably get to one of these downside targets here. These are 2 and 3 targets. Okay, this is the Brexit lows, but at least to fill the gap right up in this area here, that's 76.8% retracement. Okay, guys, that's the spiders. Next is 60-minute. Just wanted to show you, and again, in our Pro Trader Premier video, guys, check it out. It really helps you during the day knowing what's going to be holding support and resistance, or at least you're going to get a good idea. And if that were to break, and then you're going to use that as, if for instance, if it was support, that will act as resistance. You'll use that area to sell into again on any bounce. But you could see the 212.50 has been holding true for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, and I just wanted to show you how that Pro Trader Premier video looks like. Next is going to be the transports. Now, transports are really doing okay. They haven't really broken down. They've just been in a range for quite some time. So that's definitely good for the bull case that transports haven't rolled over yet. Next target in the IWM, you can see here we took the 120 out, 117, the 50% retracement is going to be right there. I don't think it's going to hold. If you look at the area here, we have a very thin zone in our volume profile. So once we flush down into that area, I think really the logical spot's going to be the 114.80. That's going to be your secondary target, and I'll label that tonight going into tomorrow. And lastly is the Qs. Now, Qs have been holding up really well. We have some good tech earnings that are coming out. Facebook being key this week. Let's see what happens with Facebook. It looks like they're going to beat. I mean, looking at Google's numbers, they did pretty well. So I'm looking at Facebook looking to beat. Now, Facebook has rallied into the numbers, so you have to be very careful. They could take profits at any given moment, or if we have a slight miss, I think Facebook's going to really take it on the chin because everybody's long and looking to get out of the stock. Obviously, hope it helps, guys. Have a great day. Keep an eye on that VIX. Very important to see if we're going to get some sort of a sell signal for the VIX and a buy signal for the market. But I am looking for a couple of days, just a couple of small pushes higher, and then we'll reevaluate as the day goes on. All right. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.